Hey YouTube, it's Patrice Sunflower here, and in this video today I am making something absolutely delicious and heartwarming and yummy. It's a pantry version of butter chicken. Butter chicken at home, simplified version. So basically we started with a package of chicken breasts as well. You could use chicken thighs if you wished, but I prefer chicken breasts. And we also used 2 cans of tomato soup. I used Campbell's in this case. And also we need some sour cream, full fat sour cream. This is 14% from the local store. I suppose you could use yogurt, but in this case it calls for sour cream. And also we need some curry. So yeah, it's a really simple, easy way of making a very expensive dish if you were to go out and get it, and also pure comfort food really. And also we need some olive oil and butter. So really simple and really easy. Anybody can make it. It's a family favorite and really, really good for your family or for yourself. So let's get started. You want to heat up a pot on the stove and add in about a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil. And we're going to add in about 1 to 2 chopped onions on the stove. Medium-high heat would be preferred. I also put in a little bit of butter. I'm not sure if that's shown, but I did put some butter in as well. Now, I did this a little bit differently. It was supposed to be the chicken first, so you're seeing it kind of in reverse. The recipe calls for putting in the chicken first and cooking it and setting it aside. In this case, I did the onions, so sort of reversed. But you want to definitely cook the chicken first. So I cut these pieces up into cubes about 1/4 inch in size. And then I put them in the pan. So you want to cook the chicken first, remove it from the heat, and then you want to cook the onions and set it aside. So let's just, yes, there is the butter that I talked about. It was smelling so good at this point. The butter added just some amazing flavor to the olive oil and also prevented it from burning too much, which was really good. So approximately 5 to 7 minutes you want to cook this for until almost cooked. And I covered it up a bit, and there you can see that it's cooking really nicely in the olive oil. I have used chicken thighs before, but I actually prefer it with the chicken breasts. It just gives a more authentic flavor. And these were pre-seasoned, so that was really, really helpful. I didn't have to use any salt or pepper in this dish. And now we'll set them aside in a bowl. Just set the chicken aside. And now it's time to add in those onions. So yes, this is the right way to do it. You cook it with the chicken first and then the onion second. So these are already pre-cooked onions that I just cooked. At least that's what this version calls for in the pantry version of butter chicken. And they're getting nice and golden and translucent. Such a delicious, warming food. And one of my favorites when I go out to the Indian restaurant is definitely to have butter chicken. I believe it's called Murg Makhani. So yeah, we definitely love butter chicken here in Canada. We even have butter chicken poutine, so that's really, really cool. Yep, you want to just scrape those bits a little bit because they add extra flavor to the dish. And now it's time to add in about 2 tablespoons of curry powder right into the onion mixture. And you just want to toast those spices gently over low heat. Just give it a quick stir over the stove. And now it's time to add the pre-cooked chicken that we just cooked a few moments ago back into the pan with all the juices and the oil and the butter. It was smelling really wonderful at this point. Oh my goodness. The whole home smelled like just amazing. Unbelievably tasty and smelly. And now it's time to add in the tomato soup. So this is where it gets sort of, as you could say, the pantry version, or some people might call it the cheater's version, by adding the tomato soup. You're eliminating a lot of steps of having to, grind the tomatoes and blend everything and the cashews, etc., and all the spices. The tomato soup is a great hack for this, and it works really, really, really well, and makes an amazing gravy. You have to actually try it to know what I'm talking about if you haven't made it yet. So you just want to stir in those 2 cans of the tomato soup, well incorporated into the onion and chicken mixture over the stove. Again, keeping the heat on low. You definitely don't want the heat to be high in any way. Between 4 and 5 on an electric stove would be pretty good. And of course, you may want to lower it if it gets too hot. And then just give it another quick stir and cover it for about 10 to 15 minutes until it's well cooked. And we're just checking the chicken to see how it is, and it's looking oh so good. Nice bubbles on the stove. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I post cooking videos occasionally as well as transit videos. Please feel free to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And hit the bell notification so you don't miss out. And now for our final ingredient. You want to add in 2 tablespoons of sour cream, 2 dollops. Just for that nice velvety taste and to warm and brighten up the dish so it's not too spicy. I mean, anybody can eat this really, even kids. It's not spicy at all. And we are done. Just keep stirring it around and serve. You could serve this dish with rice or naan or just on its own. It is so good and so satisfying. And the chicken was just so tender, and it was really, really good. It's wonderful and velvety. Just look at that sauce. And now here it is in a bowl, and I'm about to give it a taste. So good. And it was very filling. Like, if you have this for lunch, you actually don't need to have supper. Or if you have this late in the evening, it's extremely satisfying. And thank you so much for watching. Toodles!